The human mind, a wonderful, complex, and occasionally hilarious thing. Let me tell you a little story about a man named Bob. Now, Bob was a firm believer that reality was nothing more than a reflection of his thoughts. He'd often say, "Life doesn't happen to you, you happen to life." And boy, did Bob happen to life. One day, after a particularly grueling day at work, Bob found himself stuck in a traffic jam. He looked around, seeing the sea of red brake lights, and thought to himself, "This is a reflection of my mind. I'm stuck, just like this traffic." So he decided to change his thoughts. He started to imagine himself moving forward, breezing through the traffic, arriving home in record time. Suddenly he noticed a small gap in the lane next to him. With a triumphant grin, Bob swerved his car into the gap, expecting the rest of the traffic to part like the Red Sea. Instead, he was greeted with a chorus of honks and a few choice words I won't repeat here. Bob, undeterred, kept his focus on the thought of moving forward. And guess what happened? The traffic did start to move, just not in the way Bob had imagined. Turns out, his little maneuver had caused such a commotion that the traffic behind him began to reroute, creating an unexpected clear path for Bob to proceed. You see, Bob's thoughts did shape his reality, albeit in a roundabout, somewhat chaotic way. Let's shift gears to another Bob's adventure. He was having a string of bad hair days. His hair looked like it had a personal vendetta against him. Bob, remembering his traffic jam triumph, decided to apply his mind over matter approach. He stood in front of the mirror, picturing his hair perfectly styled. He envisioned each strand falling into place, creating the perfect hairstyle. And would you believe it? After a few days of this mental hairstyling, Bob's hair started to behave. It was as if his hair had heard his thoughts and decided to cooperate. Now, it might have also been the new hair product he started using, but Bob preferred to believe it was his powerful thought control at work. So, what's the moral of these hilarious tales of Bob and his thought control escapades? It's that our thoughts do have power. They can shape our reality in unexpected and sometimes amusing ways. Now, I'm not saying you should start thinking about winning the lottery and expect a winning ticket to land in your lap. But perhaps, just perhaps, you can start to shape your reality with your thoughts. Start small, like Bob. Picture yourself breezing through your day, or having a good hair day. Who knows, you might just find yourself living in the reality you've created in your mind. And remember, like Bob, you don't just experience life, you happen to life. So go on, happen to your life in the most fantastic, hilarious, and thought-controlled way possible. And if you end up causing a traffic reroute or having an inexplicably good hair day, well, remember to thank your thoughts. And maybe, just maybe, share a chuckle with us about it.